Welcome to the CWV podcast. We liberate lives with our vocal.
Welcome to the CWV podcast. And here is another episode on the CWV podcast. And we have been looking at this podcast series, which is Discipline and Discipleship, walking the path of spiritual growth. And it has been a while since we dropped a new episode. But today we'll be discussing on a very profound episode, which is the role of rest in discipline. And when we hear the word discipline, we often think of effort, consistency, sacrifice, and hard work. But rarely do we associate discipline with rest. Yet, God's design, rest is not weakness. Rest is wisdom. Rest is obedience. Rest is discipline. Let's walk through this together. Understanding biblical rest. Because rest really means in the scripture. From the very beginning, rest was part of God's rhythm. Genesis tells us that after creation, God rested on the seventh day. Not because he was tired, but because he was establishing a principle. God was establishing something. That was why he rested on the seventh day of creation. Rest is not the absence of productivity. It is a part of divine order. The scripture made us know that rest can be physical, rest can be mental, rest can be spiritual, and rest can be emotional. So without rest, discipline becomes exhaustion. With rest, discipline becomes sustainable. So when there's rest, discipline becomes something that we sustain. But without rest, it is something that causes exhaustion. I'm always use myself as an example. From the first day, from the beginning of my teaching practice, I have been having this struggle of rest. Although teaching job is not actually easy. Teaching is not easy. You have to wake up early, you have to go to school early. Our mothers that are doing this teaching job are very, very, God bless them, because it has not been easy. So imagine that we are now undergoing a practice in school. Thank God that we have been supervised, and I don't worry about time anymore. I wake up, although I still wake up early, but still I wake up the time I choose. I do the things that I want to do on time, and I got to the road on time. So, but coming back, I get exhausted. Sometimes I don't eat. So most of those things too are one of the causes that makes the exhaustion so tough. But rest is needed in every of our activity, in every of our, at least in a day, you're supposed to rest. If you want to rest well, rest 6 hours a day. Sleeping 6 hours a day. Why rest is discipline? Why is rest a discipline? Rest requires discipline because it demands trust. Rest requires discipline because what demands trusting. When you rest, you are declaring God is in control. even when I pause. God is in control even when I pause. Many people struggle with rest because they equate it with laziness. They think when they are resting too much is laziness, but laziness avoids responsibility. Rest renews strength. It takes discipline to stop working when your body says slow down. Set boundaries, disconnect from constant activity, say no to unnecessary demands, trust God with unfinished tasks. Rest is an act of faith. Rest is an act of faith. When you have rest, the scripture made us know that even God himself promised us rest. Jesus promised us rest. He said, ye that are laboring, ye that are weary, he said you should come to him, that is going to give us rest. So God is also saying in scripture, and he's making us to know that whoever is weary, whoever is mourning, whoever is sorrowful should come. Rest is sure, and rest is an act of faith. Now, Jesus, our model of rest, Jesus as an example of rest. Jesus, though constantly surrounded by needs and demands, practiced rest intentionally. He withdrew to quiet places to pray. He stepped away from crowds. He slept during storms. If the Son of God prioritized rest, how much more do we need it? Rest did not weaken his mission, it strengthened it. The dangers of unbalanced discipline. When discipline lacks rest, it can lead to burnout, spiritual dryness, irritability, and frustration, reduced effectiveness, loss of joy. These are the things that allows a man not to find rest. Some believers become spiritual exhausted because they confuse constant activity with spiritual maturity. But maturity includes knowing when to work and when to rest. When Elijah, even after Elijah, a great spiritual victory, needed rest and nourishment before moving forward again. He had to rest in the storm, although he wasn't supposed to stop. The reason why he ran was because of what? Because of what he heard. He's going to be killed. He's going to be beheaded. He ran for his life, and he rested in a cave where God came to attend to him. The benefit of disciplined rest. When rest becomes part of your spiritual discipline, it produces renewed strength. Renewed strength. Isaiah 40:31 reminds us that those who wait on the Lord renew their strength. Those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Number 2, greater clarity. Rest clears mental and spiritual tag. Number 3, emotional stability. A rested soul response instead of reacting. Number 4, sustained effectiveness. You can serve longer when you rest regularly. Number 5, deeper trust in God. Rest acknowledges that God sustains what you cannot control. Practical ways to practice rest. Let's look at the practical ways in which rest can be practiced. Here are some practical ways to build rest in your discipline life. The first one is establish a weekly Sabbath rhythm. Schedule intentional quiet time. Very important. Set digital boundaries. When we talk about setting digital boundaries, it means that you must stay away from your smartphone. That's one of the digital boundaries. Social media, digital boundaries. Protect your sleep. Make sure that you are guided. Take short retreats or prayer breaks. Engage in activities that refresh your spirit. Rest is not accidental, it must be intentional. The reason why every word comes with intentionality is so that you can be positive and real with yourself. So that you have to imagine things. You have to come out plain. Come out the way you are. Be intentional. Rest and discipleship. Let's look at rest and discipleship. As disciples, we are not called to live in constant strain. We are called to abide. Jesus said, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, I will give you rest." I've said this before. He said, "Come to me, who are weary, those who are weary, who are burdened, I will give you rest." Rest is not separate from discipleship. It is central to it. A well-rested disciple works with greater joy, focus, and resilience. Let's reflect on the book of Psalm 23 verse 2, which says, "He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul." Notice that restoration is God's desire for you. Rest is not quitting, rest is restoration. Rest is a renewal of strength. Here's our closing charge for today's episode on the CWV podcast, Discipleship and Discipline, walking the path of spiritual growth. Rest is not the opposite of discipline. It is a part of it. When you rest in God, you renew your strength to continue the journey. Thank you for joining me on the Discipline and Discipleship, walking the path of spiritual growth. Until next time, stay disciplined, stay devoted, and don't forget to rest. It is very, very important.
Do you like this episode? Don't forget to subscribe to the CWV podcast to stay updated on our latest episode and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and X to read our posts and updates. Content Writer's Voice is a rising online platform, your source for your writing needs. From captivating designs to engaging blog posts and web copy, our professional writing services make a difference. Contact us today and let your words speak volume. Thank you for listening.